In the starting lineup for his 12th game in a row, and Vince Carter with 39 points in the last 2 games. Alvin Gentry, his team coming off of a fierce effort to beat the beast of the East, the Celtics. He hopes it carries over to tonight's game. The Hornets have 2 All-Stars in their starting lineup, but Chris Paul and David West. Emeka Okafor have been having a terrific season, averaging a double-double. Monty Williams, first year as Hornets head coach at 38 years. Youngest head coach in the league. The last 5 seasons an assistant with Portland. He played 9 years in the league with 5 different teams. The quote of the game is brought to you by Geico. Michael Petrus, after the Suns went over Boston on Friday. I've heard about how the Suns are soft. That's not going to happen this year. I'm going to make sure when we come out on the floor, we're going to come out hard. And Petrus said he really did stand up to Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, he did, and that's what you have to do. You can't back down. Kevin Garnett's a guy that's going to test you. And if Michael Petrus understands that, coming from Orlando, they had so many battles. And I think that adds to the toughness that you need on this Phoenix Suns team to get to the playoff here. I mean, they have to change the way they play. Half court is an option, I think, that's very good for them now, not just a running team. And the physical brand of ball is going to help.
Suns broadcasts are made available in high definition by Verizon. Call your cable or satellite provider for HD information. Ed Malloy, Matt Boland, and Haywood Workman, the 3 officials. Eddie, give me the keys to the game.
Well, against the New Orleans Hornets, they love to take their time. I mean, they're going to take 24 seconds if they can, because Chris Paul's going to have the ball in his hand. So they're going to grind it out. Well, the Suns have to get into that mode tonight. Grind it out. Be patient. Don't be in a hurry. And then have their eyes on Paul. Again, he is going to be the dictator for this team offensively. He's the one that's finding people for catch and shoot opportunities. So everybody has to have their eyes on him and make sure that they do not leave their man.
Lopez with his 31st start of the year, and finally the ball tipped over to Chris Paul. Named as a starter in the All-Star game, his 4th appearance. Out it comes to Okafor. Bellinelli, who came over to trade from Toronto. Outside is Trevor Ariza to Okafor. Okafor can't get it, but David West is there to follow.
Yeah, not a huge team, but very active in the paint. Okafor is a guy that's not going to get a ton of shots, but you have to keep West off the glass.
West had 21 points last night in the loss to Sacramento. Lopez goes in. That's a good start. The other night, Eddie had 7 points in the first 7 minutes.
It could have taken the little short 10-footer, and he can make it, but no, he got greedy, rightly so, went to the rim.
Here's Bellinelli, wanted to shoot it, elected not to, gets it back now from David West. This Hornets team comes in here 31-17, had their 10-game winning streak snapped last night. They got off to an 8-0 start this year, winning 11 of their first 12 games. West misses, and here comes Steve Nash. Nash, in the month of January, is averaging 11.9 assists. Amazing the play that this 2-time MVP has put forth. Grant Hill ducks in, and that'll help him. He is really banged up. He's hit almost a wall physically, but that'll get him started.
Well, offensively, if he can knock down a few, those injuries go away.
Suns up 4-2. Here is Chris Paul, just a remarkable athlete, coming in here 3rd in the assist department behind Nash and Rajon Rondo from the Celtics, who leads everyone. Bellinelli, who played in Italy, will try a long 3. He is not bashful. Oh, Okafor almost got that one to go. What a follow that would have been.
Yeah, you got to get a body on that guy.
And here's Ariza going in, and get the ball back. Suns are going to have to get on the boards, and they pay for it.
You know, you have some long-arm players on the court, and Okafor, Ariza, and West. You've got to put a body on them.
Inside the ball goes. Robin gets it and missed it. He hurried his shot.
Yeah, they're worried about Ariza from behind. You should never worry about a defender when he's behind you.
Chris Paul, who missed 37 games last year due to knee surgery, is back full force. Up it comes Okafor, who came over a year ago on a trade for the Bobcats, and he goes out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. Phoenix coming in here now, trying to build on that big win on Friday against the Celtics. They're 21-24, 12-10 at home. Nash picked up by Bellinelli. He goes baseline, continues his dribble, and just finds an opening.
It's amazing how teams are so afraid of bothering Steve Nash as he continues to dribble in the paint. One of the best I've ever seen at getting it done in the paint on the dribble.
In the last 5 games, Nash is averaging over 21 points a game. And off to a good start tonight. Here's Bellinelli missing. Tipped back out to him.
Okafor, Robin Lopez has to hit him 10 feet away from the bucket. I mean, he can reach over the top of him.
Here's Paul now, picked up by Nash. Channing Frye, who played so physical in that game against the Celtics, comes out defensively. Ariza into Okafor. The ball batted away. The Suns come back the other way. Nash to the trailing Carter. Carter, 3-ball. No. Robin Lopez got a hand on it and got it. Nice effort by Robin. Carter now will dribble it out. And Carter turns, pops, and hits.
You'd like to see Vince Carter play off of his good game against Boston. He hasn't gone on those type of runs we expect from him. Hopefully that was the start.
In the early going now, the Hornets are 2 of 9 shooting. The Suns 4 of 6, and there is Ariza, who came over in a 4-team trade from the Houston Rockets. You might recall he won a championship ring with the Los Angeles Lakers. 8-6 Suns. And wait a minute. We have a foul away from the ball. It's going to be Okafor tangled up with Robin Lopez. And I guess you're going to call a D3 in the middle on Okafor, not a foul, as Nash will go to the line.
Yeah, 31-17, Gary. Nobody thought this team would be where they are, the Hornets. But again, I think you have to give a lot of the credit to Chris Paul and then what Monty Williams, the new head coach, has done with this team in terms of keeping them focused and staying within what makes them good.
They struggled last year with all the injuries, won only 37 games all year. Tonight's Phoenix Suns basketball game is presented to you by Casino Arizona. Elevate your game. 9-6 the Suns. Nash came in here 3rd in the NBA in free throw shooting for the year. As West comes out on him, and he just shot it over him. Lopez with another rebound. Tries to duck up and under, and Lopez is playing very well in the early going of this ball game.
I mean, he did everything well until the end. Again, I harp on it all the time. You cannot, as a 7-footer, bring the ball down low. He has to learn to keep it up high. See, he's going to get 2 free throws, but it was 50-50. I mean, that ball could have gotten knocked away, or he can get to the free throw line and score 2 if he keeps the ball high.
After a 1-7 preseason, the Hornets started out 8-0. Then they lost 9 of 12 games November, December. Had their 10-game winning streak snapped last night. How about Sacramento? They've beaten the Lakers and Hornets back-to-back.
Well, DeMarcus Cousins, their rookie, is playing unbelievably well and up to par of what people thought he would do.
Here goes David West over the middle. Can't get it. Follow inside by Okafor. Out it comes now to Nash. Suns with an 11-6 lead. Nash inside intended for Lopez, and we're going to have a foul as the ball was inside. It'll be on David West. Lopez played well the other night. Do you think, Eddie, with Gortat coming off the bench the way he is, it's just giving Robin some confidence?
Putting pressure on him. You know, he understands that he's not going to play a lot of minutes if he doesn't perform. And so I think it's always good to have a good backup that's playing well, because it makes you focus and understand that if you don't give the effort and play well, then somebody's coming in behind you that quite possibly will keep you on the bench. And I think that has been huge for Robin Lopez.
Good point, Eddie, as the ball now comes back out to Nash. Nash to Lopez. Grant Hill, who had only 2 points the other night, but he is battling every injury imaginable. Here comes Carter, sweeping in. Bottle tip, Lopez. Robin Lopez now has 6 points and 3 rebounds here in the early going.
And I think that's what made him, to me, the best center in the NBA in the Western Conference at the end of last year, with his ability to get to the glass.
Okafor stays with it and gets it to go. Okafor averaging a double-double. Last year was the first season he had not averaged a double-double. He's having his finest season.
Yeah, he really, again, he's fit in well, and Chris Paul is just finding him as Steve Nash is trying to find Robin Lopez.
Okafor that time rejected Lopez inside. Look at Chris Paul going inside. And the ball deflected out. It'll be Hornets basketball. The Hornets losing last night, still have won 15 of their last 19. Look at this block by Emeka Okafor.
Well, that's why, you know, he was drafted as high as he was a few years ago, was his ability to defend. He will swat it away if you give him the opportunity.
Comes off of that University of Connecticut NCAA championship team. Nash with the steal. The hit. It comes out. Grant Hill. Hill's going to pull up. Got it. Grant Hill is now 2 of 2 for the field. Suns off to a nice start.
You couldn't have asked for a better start, especially against a team that had the battle last night.
And so the Suns up early in this ball game, shooting 54.5%. Grant Hill just a moment ago adding to that total.
Running the court, and you know Steve Nash will find.
Communications degree from Xavier. He's an avid boxing fan. Does boxing drills to stay in shape in the offseason. Weston teammate Chris Paul donated $100 shopping sprees to New Orleans children in December of 2009. This guy, a two-time All-Star, not fancy, just gets it done. Now, talking about getting it done, how about Steve Nash against the elite point guards? You can see what he has done against the top point guards this year.
Yeah, that jumps out at you right there. I mean, again, he is the master. These guys have all watched Steve Nash. They emulate a lot of things that he does, and he's still teaching, obviously.
Marco Bellinelli, who came over the trade from the Raptors, dumps it inside to Okafor. Lopez has been strong early. Okafor goes up. That's a rejection, but they're going to go goaltending on Vince Carter. Wow. Where did he come from?
Well, I'd like to see a lot more of that. And sometimes it's good to send a message to make a player think that you're in the vicinity.
I think that's some of that aggressiveness. That's
That's
some of that aggressiveness, Eddie, that you're looking for, and that's one way of exemplifying it. And look at Carter. He crashes inside. He came in here scoring 39 points in the last two games.
Well, again, he's a guy that, you're talking about a 20,000-point score. So you know he can get on a tremendous roll. And if he can, it's going to really help his Suns team.
Suns up by 7. We have a loose ball foul inside as they put it into Okafor. Let's go back now to Vince Carter as he hammers it home.
Bellinelli can't guard. And I don't know how long he's going to be in the game against him, because he can't elevate to bother his shot. And I think he's just a little bit slower foot to deal with him if he puts it on the floor. So Vince Carter should have his way.
Robin Lopez picked up the foul. We have a change now. Jason Smith comes in for the Hornets. He is number 14, a 7-footer out of Colorado State, who's been playing more. He was hurt one full season with a bad knee. Paul backs out, 4 on the shot clock, and he will attempt his first shot of the night. Make it the second. He's 0 for 2. Off it comes now to Nash. Suns up by 7 to the 5-12 mark of the first quarter. Out to Fry. Good ball movement. Carter from the corner, 3. And the rebound is going to be cleared by West. Then he lost it. David West could not hang on.
Good rotation of the ball from Channing Frye, recognizing Vince Carter has hit a couple in a row, unselfishly moving it there. But again, good hustle from Robin Lopez.
Fresh 24 on the shot clock now for the Suns. Then it comes to Nash. Picked up by Paul. Chris Paul, who is 25 years old, his 6th year in the league, 4th pick in the draft, coming out of Wake Forest. Carter goes inside again. Carter right now, Eddie, is really pushing the envelope. He is as aggressive as we've seen him early in a ball game.
Well, making buckets is what he does. And I think lately he has been making them. Had a couple of struggles on the East Coast trip, no doubt about it. But I think now has found his rhythm against the Boston Celtics, and it's carried over to the Hornets.
David West picked up his second foul. He's going to have to come out of the ball game now. And Willie Green will check that. Green's going to come in for Bellinelli. I thought they were going to take West out, but he'll stay in. Coach Alvin Gentry looking sharp tonight in his clothes from the Clothery at Biltmore Fashion Park, 24th Street and Camelback. Now they're going to take West out. And coming in will be David Anderson, the Aussie from Australia. And here comes Archon Gortat. Look at these numbers in the last 6 games. The Polish Hammer has been hammering some people.
Yeah, it's great when a player puts pressure on himself. See, he's had so many good games now. He knows and understands that people are going to expect that every night. And so expect Gortat to come out very aggressive. I mean, it's similar to what Kevin Love has done. Remember, he got the 30-30 early in the year. Yeah. It's culminated to him getting another 4 or 5 20-rebound games. You just put pressure on yourself to perform, and hopefully Gortat is in that mode.
Willie Green now feeds it off to Paul. Here's Ariza driving inside. 9-point lead right now, the biggest of the night for the Suns. Anderson misses. Rebound by Fry. I love Channing Frye's toughness the other night. Even though he didn't score that much, didn't shoot that well, he stepped up late in the ball game.
And he has to, because believe it or not, Kevin Garnett was surprised that he did. And I think he has to show people they cannot step on him.
Grant Hill doesn't shoot very many threes. In fact, that's only his 33rd attempt of the year. Back it comes the other way. Ariza, who played at UCLA, tries one off the glass. Not able to follow is Jason Smith. Nash back the other way. Approaching 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Jared Dudley getting ready to come into the ball game. Into Grant Hill. Hill has a mismatch with Chris Paul. Just can't make it work.
It's tough sometimes to post up a guy like Paul, a little spark plug, his fire plug inside, can't move it.
And Paul misses, but we got a foul inside against the Suns. It's going to be on Gortat. Dudley will now come in for the Suns at the 3:51 mark. And it's going to be Grant Hill coming out. They're going to try to watch the minutes of Grant Hill. In fact, Michael Idris will be used more to try to diminish some of the minutes.
Yeah, and I agree. I think, you know, the Suns have a plethora of small forwards. They're going to try to make a playoff run here, and Grant Hill's going to be the reason, so he needs to be fresh.
Here's Anderson from outside, and Anderson able to connect. Anderson is a guy who came over in a trade with Toronto. He was a 29-year-old rookie last year in the league. All deflected. Off it comes now to Willie Green, who played with the Sixers last year, had been around the Sixers his entire career, came out of the high school system at Detroit. Here's Paul going down the middle. Are they going to count that? They're going to count it. And the foul will send Chris Paul to the line. Paul is a very good free throw shooter, sixth in the league at 90%.
Well, again, he sees the opportunity there because he can split. And Gortat has to be careful with Chris Paul. You cannot allow that space there because he can get through the smallest of cracks. And right away, Gortat heads to the bench.
He has 2 fouls, comes out. Hakeem Warwick will come in. Well, that's one way to stop a guy who's playing well, get him in foul trouble.
Exactly, and normally that's what happens when you come in, and not to say he wasn't focused defensively, but he made a couple of mistakes that got him to the bench in a hurry, and that's a way to check yourself. You never want to check yourself by getting in foul trouble.
Here's Nash now trying to penetrate inside. 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. He'll pull up and left it short. Rebound by Anderson. Anderson hands it off now to Chris Paul. Inside 3 to go in this first quarter. Off it comes Anderson. Anderson is a perimeter type player. Doesn't get the shot to go. Back it comes to Nash. Right now, shooting 30% is New Orleans. The Suns at 43.8. Nash 3. Anderson with a rebound. So the Suns now 0 for 4 behind the line.
Yeah, and allowing the Hornets to get back in it by missing some shots, and you can't give up the high percentage opportunities like that.
Ariza finishing at the other end. It's a 2-point game. That 9-point lead diminished in a hurry, didn't it?
That's what the Hornets do to you. I mean, they slow tempo. They know you're not going to score a ton against them because they're one of the better defenders in the league.
7-0 run right now by the Hornets. Here's Fry. 3. Yes! Channing Fry connecting. That's good because the other night he was 1 of 5 behind the line. 22-17. First hit of the night behind the line for Phoenix. Paul into the corner to Ariza. Ariza able to connect. That's a 3. This guy's been a real nice addition to New Orleans.
Well, he can play, and he's got that championship mentality from the title he won with the Lakers, so he understands what it takes to win.
Here comes to Vince Carter. Mismatch against Chris Paul. Goes in, dives in, got it with a left hand. That was pretty. Very well done by Vince Carter. We're going to have a timeout. Carter with 8 points in 10 minutes in this ball game. Suns up by 4. And the Suns trying to win 2 in a row and start their march, hopefully, to postseason play.
Well, Vince Carter.
Presented by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Come see the Suns lock horns with the Bucks on Wednesday, February 2nd. Arquettes and roll through the Thunder on Friday, February 4th. Great seats are still available. Purchase your tickets today at suns.com/TV deal and get to the game. Suns 6-man. Renew your season tickets online at my6man.com to receive $100 in Gorilla Bucks. Plus the 6-man $10,000 renewal challenge hosted by KTAR is back. Renew now for your chance to win $10,000. You're part of our legacy. Continue with us. Carter's off to a very good start, Eddie.
Yeah, and again, I think it's culminating from having a tremendous game against a top-notch team in the Boston Celtics, and it probably even helped more knowing that Boston went into L.A. and beat them today. Vince Carter saying, you know what, if I can get it done against a great defensive team like the Celtics, I should be able to go at Marco Bellini and Willie Green with ease, and he has done it early on in this game.
So we have now Green in the ball game along with Paul and Anderson, as Reza remains in along with Jason Smith. Carter to the line. Vince Carter coming off of a 22-point game and then finishing with a strong 17-point game in the last outing. Let's go to Mark McClure. Mark?
Yeah, Monty Williams, head coach of the Hornets, saying pregame they cannot let the Suns attempt more than 20 threes on the game. Suns average about 8, and if they make those 8 threes, the Hornets are in some serious trouble. So far, the Suns 1 of 5 from three-point range.
1 of 5. That's all they've got so far. That was by Nash. Here's Ariza dumping it into Anderson. Anderson very aggressive. Backing in against Hakeem Warwick. Got it to go.
See, he can score the ball now. You let him get his energy and get effective out here. He can do some damage.
To stand corrected, that was Channing Frye with the only 3 thus far. Here is Warwick now. Brings it off to Carter. Carter trying to go into double figures. Doesn't go for him. Now it comes to Paul. Paul in the early going has 3 points, 3 assists, 1 of 4 shooting. Up it comes down to Smith, and that's an offensive foul. Taking the shot was Carter. And here comes Michael Vitras in the ball game.
You see this so much. You would think that big guys would know that you can't bang into anybody in the opposition on either team, because they're going to look like they've just been shot out of a cannon.
Knocked over by 1.
You just don't do it.
25-22 Suns, 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Here's Anderson now, a mismatch. He comes out on Nash. Frye trying to use the mismatch against Chris Paul. 7 on the shot clock. Got it into Warwick. They did a nice job that time on the mismatch.
That was. And Channing got good position down low, which forced the double team to come, and he was able to make a tremendous pass to a cutting Warwick.
27-22 Suns. Chris Paul, so creative. He'll fire from outside and hit a 3. Chris Paul coming into the ballgame, 5th in the league in three-point shooting at 45%.
He'll fool you, Gary. I mean, you think that he's not looking to shoot the ball a lot, but he can flat out knock it down.
What can he do? 2-point game now, as we have about 8 seconds difference between the game and the shot clock. Nash creating to Dudley. Dudley has to back it back out to Nash. 2 on the shot clock. Nash long 3. Left it short. No, that will not count. The shot clock expired before Dudley could follow.
Close, though.
So now New Orleans will have it, a chance to tie or take the lead with 9 seconds to go in this first quarter. And now coming into the ball game is going to be Xavier Dowdell, replacing the injured Goran Dragic. If you just joined us, he stepped on some glass last night, suffered a cut in the big toe of his right foot, and he's going to miss at least 3 games.
Suns have a foul to give here. You think they'd take it?
And they did. Dowdell came in and committed the foul. Dowdell is a 26-year-old rookie out of Virginia Tech. Interestingly enough, he played against Chris Paul a lot in the ACC.
Yeah, so familiar with him. And Dowdell, look, you know, he woke up probably thinking he wasn't going to play again, and all of a sudden you're playing. And that's why you're always ready. You tell young players all the time, you approach every day as if you will get your chance to work.
Smith launches. We come to the end of the first quarter. So the Suns are up by 2, shooting 45.5%. The Hornets at 39%, as the Hornets trying to bounce back after having their 10-game winning streak snap last night.
The Suns had success early on, knocking shots down and getting it done. Hornets got back in it, but a good rhythm.
Well, the Suns with 7 or 9 remaining games at home before the All-Star break, and it's time now for the Text Opinion Poll, powered by Verizon. Who was the best New Orleans athlete? Drew Brees of the Saints, Archie Manning, who used to play for the Saints, Chris Paul, of course, tonight, and Pistol Pete Maravich, who played for the New Orleans Jazz. Text your choice to 88222 and stay tuned for the results throughout the game. Normal messaging rates apply.
Well, I'm partial to Pete Maravich. I grew up watching that guy. Unbelievable magician, and we get to see a magician here with the Suns every night in Steve Nash.
Yeah, that's right. I got to work with Pistol Pete one time in a broadcast situation, a couple of times, in fact, when we were at CBS. One of the delightful guys I've ever been around. Not only a great player, but an outstanding human being. 27-25. We come back in. Here's Dowdell, who came in at the end of that first quarter, got the shot. That'll help him.
Well, one of the ways to be aggressive is to just come out and look at your opportunity to score. All of a sudden, that energy level just picks up and those nerves go away.
So Dowdell's going to have a great opportunity now because Dragic will be out at least 3 games, maybe even more after those 9 stitches in the big toe. Marcus Thornton is coming to the ball game. Gets it inside now to Anderson. Anderson can't finish. Warwick comes down to the rebound. Here comes Dowdell the other way. He is very quick. And that's going to be a travel on Channing Frye. So for the Suns, that's 5 turnovers. Also 5 for the Hornets here in the early going.
Yeah, and that's one thing the Suns can't do because they're not going to get a ton of possessions against New Orleans because they're going to milk the shot clock down. So you do not want to turn the ball over.
Well, if you're just notice that Dowdell is a left-hander like Dragic, so there's no adjustment there. Another southpaw coming in at point guard. Here is Jared Jack, has it batted away by Dowdell. 8 to shoot now for the Hornets.
Well, you know, giving up size and obviously some weight to Jack. So he's going to have to be extremely aggressive, move his feet, and make him have pressure when he puts it on the floor.
Out it comes now to Marcus Thornton, who is a gunner. I mean, he puts it up, and there's Okafor, and he might have been pushed from behind. No call. Off it comes out to Dowdell the other way. Played at Virginia Tech. Warwick goes in, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, and again, a part of Hakeem Warwick's game that really has to improve is his ability to just knock down a little 10-foot floater. You can't get to the rim all the time, and you have to know that guys are going to be there waiting. I mean, so it's okay to catch it and just learn how to knock that little teardrop in, a little 10-footer or what have you. He's got to improve in that area.
Thornton gets it off now quickly, and the shot underway by Willie Green, the veteran in his 7th year. 2-point game, 29-27 Suns. Their biggest lead was 9 in that first quarter. Dowdell, they come out after him. He's signed his second 10-day contract with the Suns. And there's Warwick. That's his game. That's his Nets. That pick and roll diving inside.
Well, Dowdell is the one that set it all up. I mean, he got into the paint and created some pressure on that defense.
It's a couple of nice passes he's made since he's come in. Here comes Thornton. Thornton can't finish. Tipped up and in by Okafor.
You got to get a body on the guy. I mean, he's only out there to just run right to the rim. They're not running plays for him, and that's a dangerous guy to guard.
He has 8 points and 7 rebounds, Okafor does right now. You can see in the offensive department 10 offensive rebounds. There's the ball deflected out to Dudley. Dudley goes in, creating for Warwick. He went up high, couldn't put it away.
Again, it goes back to that what's wrong with the 7-footer? What's wrong with the 10-footer?
Outside is Willie Green again, and Green, who started a couple of games, he's been around a long time in this league, and he has given the Hornets the lead.
You know, people wonder what separates great from good in terms of players. It's just really being efficient and taking what the defense gives you and don't put any stress on your game.
New Orleans now 3 of 4 behind the line as Ward goes inside again. He's going to be fouled this time. This New Orleans team coming in here averaging just about 95 points a game.
Dowdell probably should have about a few more assists to Hakeem Ward if Hakeem just shows some patience and take what they give him. That time, the clear lane for the dunk.
New Orleans is the #1 team in the league as far as allowing points. They've allowed only 91.4 through the first half of this season. Here's Dowdell backing it out, 6 on the shot clock. Gets it off to Dudley. Dudley with a 3. Count it.
Yeah, not only is he making passes, he's making great scoring passes. I mean, hitting his teammates like Steve Nash does. Right in the shooting pocket. Catch and shoot. Don't have to do anything else.
I would say it's been a pretty good debut, don't you think?
No doubt about it. He's seizing the opportunity.
Outside now is Thornton, who played at LSU. He had some huge games last year as a rookie. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Jack's out of control as he goes in. He's bailed out. Dowdell picked up the foul. Timeout. 8:23 to go in this first half as the Suns shooting 48%. Nash and company trying to win.
Chronicling Xavier Dowdell's road to the NBA. It was a long road. Dowdell wrote a letter to himself at 16 years old saying that he would be in the NBA, but in front of all his friends and family on draft night at a get-together at his mother's best friend's house, he was not drafted. He turned down $750,000 to play overseas, to play in the D-League, just to get to the NBA. He's on his second 10-day contract, and Alvin Gentry saying about Dowdell pregame, when I put him in there, I know he's not going to play scared. Guys?
And he hasn't played scared. We'll show you some of the highlights. I mean, he's distributed the ball and also hit a shot.
You know, if you're going to play the point guard position, you can't. I mean, because it's going to show. And you just use your speed, and the defense is going to react because he can score the ball. And so now just make a solid pass, and that's what he's done. I mean, he has worked with this team consistently, works the second group, so he knows what Alvin wants. And look, the game is easy compared to practice. You know, that's what us players always say. I mean, the game is easy because this is what you do.
Well, he has been kind of the guy to just spell Steve Nash in practice. And, of course, now with Dragic down, he's going to get a lot of playing time. Now, they'll play 4 years at Virginia Tech, and I think that makes a big difference. A lot of guys who play 4 years in college play at a different maturity level. He missed that shot. Back it comes out of Marcus Thornton, who was the SEC Player of the Year out of LSU. Feeds it into Okafor, and Okafor now is in double figures with 10 points.
You know, he might as well just get a cot and a cup of coffee because he's in the paint the whole time. I mean, he doesn't leave the paint. I mean, the Suns got to recognize that.
There's a ball that's going to be thrown away. You know, you get back to Okafor. There's a lot of people always say he can't do this, he can't do that. But all the guy does is average a double-double.
You know, because he understands his limitations. He doesn't jump out of his skin. He knows exactly what he can do and he can't do, and he's effective.
Jack brings it off now to Thornton. Dudley shuts him down on the baseline. There's Robin Lopez in the ball game. Bats it away. 14 on the shot clock. You look at the Hornets, as good as their record is, they still trail the Spurs by 9.5 games in the Southwest Division.
Wow.
Spurs won their 40th game.
That's amazing. It's not even an all-star break, and they have already gotten 40 victories.
Who'd have thunk it? Here is Willie Green pulling up. He'll hit those. Willie Green is a solid guy.
He and Thornton on the floor, I mean, that's their offense right now. And the Suns have to know those are the two guys.
Look at this. Dowdell saw an opening and crashed inside. You see the quickness.
Well, worried about the two-man game. Defensively trying to be ready for it, and Dowdell took advantage of the baseline.
Dowdell with 4 points of the ball game, 2 assists. Thornton outside, picked up by Dudley. 7 minutes to go in the first half. There's Okafor again, and Robin Lopez got a piece of him. Okafor is in his 7th year. He came over in a trade for Tyson Chandler from Charlotte, and last year did not average a double-double. There's some criticism of him, but he's back to that standard now.
Yeah, again, splitting the double team. And you can't allow a player to split a double team. You have to force him left or right to take a longer road around it to allow your defense to reset itself. Thornton gets a straight lane to the rim and the three-point opportunity.
Well, the free throw was waved off, though, a lane violation by David Anderson of the Hornets. Hornets up by 4. Their biggest lead of the ball game. Dowdell now picked up outside by Jared Jack. Swing it out to Hakeem. There's that shot from outside you were talking about. Rebound by Thornton. Thornton comes pulling out of there. It'll be off of Dudley. David West is going to come back into the ball game now for the Hornets. Anderson to lead.
It's my pick on Hakeem Warwick night. Got to shoot it when you first have it. Because when you think about it, right, sort of like when you're over that putt. See, I know you get over the putt and you think about it and you just blow it by 10 feet. That's Hakeem.
Are you telling me you didn't think about any of your shots when you were in the league?
No, I just shot it. I thought about it after I shot it. I don't think about it before.
Okafor missing. He now is 5 of 11 shooting. Dowdell brings it out to Warwick, and he traveled.
He's playing with his mind right now, and he's getting great opportunities, and probably hasn't gotten this many touches in I don't know how long.
Well, that's 7 turnovers against the Suns, and Grant Hill's going to come back into the ball game, along with Vince Carter.
And these are unforced turnovers. These are turnovers after really a teammate has the ball in their grasp and trying to make an offensive move.
Nash also comes back in. Jared Jack, who played at Georgia Tech, another guy who came over to trade from the Raptors. He's going to fire from outside, not able to get it. Hill with the rebound. Suns down by 4. Nash picked up by Jack. Jack's a good defensive player. There's a ball deflected by West. Out it comes out of Willie Green, and he's going to be fouled by Grant Hill. So Grant Hill has picked up his first foul. Trevor Ariza now will come back into the ball game for New Orleans. New Orleans, remember 3 years ago? They won 56 games. A lot of people were thinking they could be a future NBA champion. They were 1 game short of being able to pull out the Western Conference Championship. Now they come back and people are talking about them again. Here's Ariza looking inside Okafor. He'll pump instead. Rebound by Warwick. Warwick's third rebound of the night. Nash off it comes to Carter. Robin Lopez playing that because Gortat picked up 2 fouls early in this ball game. Warwick back to Nash. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Warwick. And he's really struggling.
Well, kind of lean sideways on this jumper. You know, normally the jump shot, after you execute it, you normally fall forward or you come down exactly where you jump from. But he kind of jumps sideways.
He's
that
2
means he
of
has
6.
a moving target.
I'm sorry, Eddie. He's 2 of 6, and there's Thornton, a reach-in foul. We're going to have a timeout. 5:15 to go in the first half. The Suns trying to you by Farmers Insurance. We are insurance. We are farmers. December 29, 2004, Suns forward Quentin Richardson had it going from long range in New Orleans. Q knocked down a franchise record 9 3-point field goals in a 107-96 Suns win over the Hornets. Q finished 9 of 16 from three-point land, pouring in 31 points and pulling down 11 rebounds in the Phoenix victory. If you're wondering about the most threes in a ball game, well, it won't surprise you, I guess, Eddie, to see that Kobe Bryant leads the list.
Well, no. I mean, even though he's not one of those prototype three-point shooters, it doesn't surprise you that he's at the top of the list. Daniel Marshall got it, was really a guy that liked to put it on the floor early in his career, played around the paint, then slowly graduated to behind the three, knocked down 12. That's surprising. Dennis Scott, not a surprise at all.
No, Dennis Scott would launch in a hurry. Off it comes to Channing Frye. Turnaround jumper, nicely done. So Frye cuts the Hornets lead to 2. Let's go over to Mark McClure. Mark?
Yeah, just a quick update from the Suns sidelines. Michael Petras had his left pinky looked at the entire last time out. He's got a bag of ice on it. We'll keep an eye on it for you.
All right, thank you, Mark. Gortat has come back into the ball game after getting into foul trouble early. West goes in. Gortat had to lay off of that one. Gortat only played 2 minutes and picked up 2 fouls early.
So, David West is a guy that's used to running people over, and you saw what he did. He kind of jumped sideways to get out of the way of Gortat, not trying to pick up a foul.
Here is Carter. Turnaround jumper not there. Ariza comes down to the rebound. Chris Paul, 6 points, 3 assists in the ball game. He's taken 5 shots. Brings it outside. Thornton, don't get this guy going. I mean, they call it Thornton's Thunder. I mean, he will launch and he can really change a ball game.
Well, had a tremendous rookie year. I mean, he and Darren Collison together, and hasn't played a ton early on during the season. Monty Williams obviously sending a message about defense, and now in the rotation.
So that shot missing from outside. Suns down 45-38. Biggest lead of the ball game right now for the Hornets. Here's Thornton ducking inside, blocked by Gortat. Are they going to call a foul? We've got a foul coming. And going down in some pain now is going to be Thornton.
Well, that's going to count the bucket as well. I mean, they called goaltending.
They did.
Edward Workman called a foul on top of it, so that's an and 1.
Wow. So Thornton hit hard, and he's shaking it off. And he'll go to the free throw line. Right now, the Hornets starting to get some distance between themselves and the Suns.
But again, they don't allow a lot in the paint, and they're challenging Suns jump shots. And now on this end, they're getting high percentage opportunity. They've gotten to the offensive glass as well for some putbacks, and they're starting to get some serious separation in this game.
That foul was on Vince Carter, his first. For a moment, they had 3 up for Gortat, but they took it off of the stat monitor in the quarter. You can see the Hornets 9 of 17, and that finds the mark for Grant Hill. Grant Hill now with 7 points in the ball game. He is 1 of 2 behind the line. 7-point lead now for the Hornets. Paul to David West. Look how he's pulled up. That was a tremendous stop move by him.
Well, again, he's been self-taught. He's run so many guys over. He knows that he's going to come to a jump stop, and he's not going to catch and try to rush his way to the basket.
West comes in here averaging 19 points a game. As I mentioned, he had 21 last night. In fact, he has been very good. And he's had 18-plus points in 7 of the last 9 games. And there's Frye with the 3. Channing Frye connects from outside.
David West, he's just like, I was close. You're not close enough with Channing Frye.
Channing Frye now 2 of 3 behind the line. Off it comes to West, brings it out to Ariza. Paul, they back off of him. He thought about it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ariza launches short. Off it comes now to Nash. Nash with 4 assists in the ballgame. That ball's kicked. A break with 2:42 to go. The Suns trying to battle uphill right now against this Hornets team. And fly through airport lines, the fly-by priority lane access. It was Channing Frye setting up Hakeem Ward.
Well, he recognized it. He saw the double team come, and it was based on his good position before he received the pass that forced the Hornets defense to come help. And Channing Frye, head up, eyes wide open, found an open cutting Hakeem
All right.
Ward.
Here now is our text opinion poll. Who's the best New Orleans athlete? And I'm not surprised by this. Chris Paul. That's pretty fast company, though. Drew Brees, who took the Saints to the Super Bowl championship.
I don't know about. I love Chris Paul. That guy just won a Super Bowl. There are a lot of basketball fans, obviously.
Well, I tell you, as I said, that is the elite of the elite. Archie Manning, of course, the father of Peyton and Eli.
Is he more famous for being a quarterback or just being able to produce 2 sons that are 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league?
Both, Eddie.
No, he was good.
Yes, he was. He played on some bad teams.
He was a left-hander, though, wasn't he?
No, he was right-handed. Yeah. Here is Vince Carter. That's a 3 from the corner. Carter has come out here, has 12 points in 15 minutes in this game.
That's been key for him. I mean, he's the hot hand, so it's important that they continue to give him touches.
3-point lead now. That Hornet lead is diminished. They led by as many as 10. Thornton outside. Carter comes out on him. Here's Okafor moving inside. Gortat. And he had a collision there. Okafor's in pain. I don't know if he got hit in the stomach or side or what. He wants out. He is really in pain.
Yeah, he got a hip pointer. Somebody must have caught him in the hip area, and that will make you sit down.
Well, he wants to sit down, but they can't get him out of the ball game. He's in such pain.
Yeah, it was 4 on 5, and I don't know if the Suns recognized it. A jump shot, 5 on 4.
Yes, and he tried to come off the floor, but he couldn't get a timeout for him. Now watch this. Well, it's hard to see there, isn't it? Those hip pointers, though, are so painful.
Yeah, he's having a tough time.
So he tried to come off the floor, was going to crawl off, but they couldn't. They had to continue on because they had only 4 players. And he's trying to shake it off right now. Okafor, 28-year-old guy who I have a lot of admiration for. He has battled and has been a solid center.
Hey, where's the toughness there? Gee, come on. Tough it out. Tough it out.
Boy, you are. Hey, you know, you were really tough, Eddie. I didn't realize. All right, let's look now at the All-Star starters. As we mentioned, Chris Paul is going to be in that starting lineup along with Kobe Bryant. Yao Ming is injured, will not play. Of course, Carmelo Anthony and Kevin Durant. Hey, by the way, Oklahoma City lost today to Miami.
Yeah, they did. Miami played well down the stretch. Eddie House, a familiar name. 5 points in the last few seconds. Field of victory.
Here's Paul outside now against Nash. Into the corner goes to West. Not able to get it. Frye with a rebound.
You know, I had a coach to tell me, if you can walk to the locker room, you can walk back on defense after you're hurt. Okafor walk to the locker room.
Boy, you are relentless. I didn't realize what a
I was taught that way.
Mean guy you are. Here now is Hill. Doesn't get it. West with the rebound. I was sick the other night. What did you say about me?
Hey, and you're still not feeling well, and you're here.
Okay, here is Paul from outside. Gortat comes down to the rebound. Gortat now finally getting some playing time after early foul trouble. Nash dumps it into Gortat. That's the shot that has really made a difference. He can stick that one.
And it's good to see, although not being able to play because of foul trouble, his opportunity, he knocks it down.
8-0 run for the Suns now. They've cut it to 1. Ball goes in, left it short. Gortat hugs the ball, brings it outside to Nash. Suns with a chance to take the lead, and they will.
Not many people can squeeze that pass through to a guy on the run, knowing the defender is right there close enough to get a fingertip on him.
We expect that from Steve Nash. I mean, he is just incredible. 6 assists now for Nash. Suns by 1. 39 seconds left in the first half. Into West. West having trouble dribbling the ball. Gets out of the lane. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. And he stays with it. Doesn't get it. Gortat with another rebound. Suns have a lot of time now. They'll pull it back out. Nice finish to this quarter.
Great finish. I mean, defensively, right? That's what we're talking about. They've shut him down.
Boy, it looked pretty dark there for a while. Up by 9 was New Orleans. Here's Nash. Beats Gortat. And Gortat and Nash are really on the same wavelength anymore.
But Steve had to hang in the air maybe an extra quarter of a second to allow Gortat to get to the rim.
Here's Paul going inside. That'll count. Boy, he just bulldogged his way in. I mean, the guy's fearless.
Well, and Alvin Gentry's upset for 2 reasons. One, you allow Chris Paul to get to the rim, and then Gortat picks up another foul.
Yep, that's his 3rd. That hurt. And so Paul will go to the line. Suns fans, you're on Twitter. Be sure to use the hashtag #GoSuns in your tweets. Just might make it on the air during halftime of tonight's broadcast. Courtesy of Right Guard. For news, notes, and special offers, follow us at twitter.com/Phoenix Suns. That is a very costly foul. Gortat was coming on, and now in foul trouble with 0.7 seconds left in this first half, and Paul just completed a 3-point play. It's a tie ball game. Here's Carter's got time. That would have counted. So
He had to catch it, throw it.
The Suns in the last 3:30, Eddie, of this quarter went on a 12-3 run.
And that's the way you get back in the basketball game with something that we're familiar with the Phoenix Suns lately is their defense, and that's something Alvin Gentry will harp on in the second half.
We're all even at the halfway point. Coming up, it's a Toyota halftime report with Tom Leander and Tom Chambers. They're out on the Bud Light for sale. They'll have first half highlights and analysis, so stay tuned right here on Fox Sports Arizona. Phoenix Suns basketball is presented by Casino Arizona. Gary Bender. The Suns really finished that first half well, Eddie. They came on a 12-3 run the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Really helped them because they were down by as many as 10 points.
Well, they went back to the song we have been singing lately is defensively they just really bogged down and took a lot of things away from the Hornets and enabled themselves to get back in the basketball game.
Well, Emeka Okafor heard a pop, he said, as he was hurt at the end of that first half. He is questionable for the second half. Time now to check the Jack in the Box inside the box score. Jack in the Box where you can get anything on the menu any time of day.
Well, what jumps out to me right away is, the Suns didn't really get killed tremendously rebounding except on the offensive glass. They did get enough defensively to stay within the game, but they have to do better in blocking out, no doubt about it. But then again, I thought they moved the ball very well against a very stingy defense, and they got some wide open opportunities.
7 offensive rebounds by Okafor. I mean, that's quite remarkable, and that will really hurt this Hornets team if he cannot continue.
But only 8 second chance points out of it all, and that's huge.
All right, let's go over to Mark McClure. Mark?
Yeah, I just talked to Igor Kokoskov coming out of the tunnel, and he said, simply put, the second unit has got to do a much better job. But Xavier Dowdell, pretty good job in the first half. He came sprinting out of the locker room, really excited to get back on the floor. Kokoskov also said they're going to attack the inside with Okafor out, and looking at the threes, what we were talking about with Monty Williams, if the Suns attempt 20 threes, it's going to be a problem. Right now, Phoenix 5 of 12 from beyond the arc.
So Jason Smith will start the second half in place of Okafor. And one of the things that was key to that first half was Gortat was just in foul trouble so much. He only played 6:53, picked up 3 fouls. Suns broadcasts are made available in high definition by Verizon. Call your cable or satellite provider for HD information. And here we go. Suns trying to go 2 in a row on the winning side of the ledger. Robin Lopez in that first half had 6 points and 5 rebounds. Nash had 7 assists. Ball away, baseline, and he starts the Suns out on a successful venture.
Well, New Orleans, they go small. West guards Lopez, trying to get a favorable matchup on the other end. Suns not buying it. Channing Frye stays on David West.
Chris Paul in the first half had 9 points and 5 assists, and the shot from outside by Jason Smith. Kind of a surprising player. He was the Mountain West Player of the Year out of Colorado State, 2-time Colorado State High School Player of the Year. Here is Lopez, overshot it. West with a rebound.
Just too fast. I mean, you got a guy that you have the weight on him, the height on him. Take your time. You have one-on-one situation.
We're tied at 55. Trevor Ariza, who in that first half had 7 points. They bring it out to Paul. Chris Paul, who comes in here third in the league with 9.7 assists a game. Jason Smith shot the ball, came down awkwardly. He's limping as he goes back to the other end. And they're going to call the foul on West. That'll be his third.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, I think, defensively the Suns have to continue to test him. He's one foul away to having to sit until the fourth quarter.
Suns swept this Hornets team last year. They've won 4 of the last 5. Boy, they'd love to win this one. Get ready for the Bucks, who come in here on Wednesday. And then, of course, the Thunder, who follow on the heels of that game. Nash, long 3. Yes! Wow.
Great to see Steve come out, focused offensively, looking at the rim. So far, just content in passing. Now it's offensive time.
His first 3 of the night. Off it comes now to David West going in against Fry. Fry got a piece of it. Fry brings it out now to Nash. Nash with 8 points, 7 assists in the ball game. We've been told now that Okafor is going to come back.
No,
he's not going to. Okay, so for sure Monty Williams will be without Okafor, who we don't know what the injury was. That may be a hip pointer. Something popped is what Emeka said, and so he is not going to continue. As Lopez will go to the line, Ariza picked up the foul, his second. That's a big blow to this New Orleans team.
Yeah, they depend on him for those second chance opportunities, as we saw in the first half.
The bigger the gift, the bigger the thank you. The Southwest gift card available at southwest.com. Lopez now with 8 points in the ball game. Suns as a team, 8 of 8 from the free throw line.
But another animal opens up, Gary, in terms of outside shooting. Now Robin Lopez having to play out on the floor instead of bang inside with Emeka Okafor. So he's going to be challenged to stay on the floor if he can't defend Jason Smith.
That's a D3. They caught Robin Lopez in the lane, so Chris Paul will shoot the technical. Chris Paul is a coach's dream. I mean, this guy is a dynamic player, lightning quick. A guy who left after his sophomore year at Wake Forest. Interesting story about him. He came out of North Carolina, and North Carolina did not recruit him because they had Raymond Felton. And so he went on to Wake Forest, and what a missed opportunity for the Tar Heels. Here he is. Paul trying to shake Nash. Gets in the corner. David West. West will put it on the floor. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Goes up with the left hand, and Robin Lopez tipped it but didn't gather it in. And the Hornets get another chance. Off it comes down to Jason Smith, who's going to play a lot now with Okafor hurt, and he got the bounce.
Yeah, again, it's a challenge for Robin Lopez. I mean, if he wants to stay on the floor, he's going to have to defend a guy that's a little bit quicker now.
Suns lead Whittle to 2. Fry with a 3. No. Rebound is cleared by David West. West is just a solid blue-collar player. Off it comes to the trailing West. Goes in, and the former Xavier star can't get it to go. Smith tried to follow. Nash back the other way. 9 minutes to go in the third. Nash creating for Hill. Beautifully done.
Yeah, David West didn't get back. Put a lot of pressure on that Hornet defense, and Steve Nash took advantage.
So in double figures now is Grant Hill with 11, 8 assists for Steve Nash. And we're going to have a foul inside. It'll go on Vince Carter.
5 on 4 here. David West laboring to get back in play, and Grant Hill, he will find the crease.
Grant Hill now is at double figures in 28 of the 35 games, the last 35, as he has 11 tonight. David West, 6 points in the ball game. Fans, Bacardi reminds you to celebrate tonight's game responsibly. If you choose to drink, please drink responsibly. Bacardi rum, established 1862. Both teams have been good at the line. 7 of 7 for the Hornets, 8 of 8 for the Suns. And they missed their first one. 62-59 Phoenix. Suns would love to start their push in this 5-game homestand, win their 22nd game. Fry for the corner. West with the rebound.
I like it, though. I like Channing Frye getting some looks inside that arc. I think it helps him when he gets that chance to knock down that three-point shot.
Wow, Frye jumps out on Chris Paul. Ariza moves in, and Ariza able to connect. Ariza now is 4 of 9. He has 9 points in the ball game. It's a one-point game. Hill the other way. And they're going to have goaltending.
That ball was short. That ball was short about a foot.
Wow, that was a late call, too.
Well, Jason Smith seizing the opportunity to do something spectacular when it really didn't call for it. I mean, that ball was short. Grant Hill is excited about that one.
He's got 13 points. Yeah, that was ill-advised by Jason Smith. That was obviously goaltending. So Hill now at the line. Grant, talking to him, he has ice on about 3/4 of his body every night, trying to get ready to come out and play. He got a cut on the face the other night in that game against the Celtics. Wrist, knee, ankle, you name it. He's got all of his appendages hurting a little bit. Ariza with Grant Hill jumping out. They're going to call a blocking foul on Grant.
Grant Hill's one of the few players that can act a little defiant after a call, and the officials just turn their head. You know?
Is that respect? Is that what you're saying?
Respect. I mean, no doubt about it.
Second foul on Grant. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ball in the corner to Ariza. Ariza came to the league with the New York Knicks. Off it comes out to Jason Smith. He's not able to get it. But West is there. Nobody put a body on him.
Well, I don't know why not. I mean, he's the first guy you have to go hit. I mean, it's imperative to keep him out of the paint.
9 points for West. Robin Lopez has a block this time. Jason Smith pulled it off successfully. Bellinelli from outside. 3. Not able to get it. Bellinelli tonight has not scored. Nash into the offensive end.
And that hurts their game because he can knock down that 3 with regularity.
Gortat getting ready to come back in. Gortat in the foul difficulty in the entire first half. Frye into the corner. Grant Hill again. A 3. Yes! Grant Hill with his second 3 of the night.
He knows his limitations. He knows that corner, that short corner, the shortest area for the three-point shot is where he can do damage.
He now has 13 threes on the year. 2 of 3 tonight. David West facing up on Frye. 6.5 minutes to go in the third. There's Bellinelli. He's finally on the scoring column. Bellinelli's had some good games this year. Had a 22-point game earlier. 2-point game. Nash out to Frye. Up and bang. Got it. 3-pointer by Channing Frye. And Frye now 3 of 6 behind the line.
So the Hornets worried about the penetration of Steve Nash and Grant Hill, and they're finding these shooters.
And from outside, a 3 by Ariza as he answers at the other end. They now are 5 and 9 behind the line. The Suns are 8 of 16. 2-point game. Nash on the floor. Lost it. Chris Paul. And we have a tie ball game. I don't know. Nash is complaining. He thought he was fouled, tripped, and all the above, but no call. And Chris Paul, unimpeded, goes to the basket. Oh, I don't know, Eddie. I don't know how there could have been a whistle there.
Yeah, I missed the replay on that one, but the crowd is letting everyone know.
And Nash sets up inside beautifully another play, and they had a grab on Steve Nash. We're going to show you the replay now.
Where's the yellow flag? The Super Bowl's coming up. Toss the flag, official. Hold him.
Defensive gem this particular time on David West.
Yeah, good defense here. Stay down low. That's what you do. Stay high. And Channing Frye has done a lot of that lately. He's understanding now that you don't have to come down. The offensive player will bring the ball to you if you stay high and you have some height advantage. And Channing Frye able to block the shot.
Said it before, but this guy's really expanding his game. And Grant Hill is always impacting. He has 16 points tonight.
Well, he's feeling good. And, you know, as you said, ice everywhere. Well, that ice has smoothed him up, no doubt about it. He is running well, running to the corners, knocking down shots, and giving us the energy that this team is going to need to finish this game.
The Iceman cometh is what I guess you'd say about Grant Hill. He has 7 points in this quarter. 2-point lead now for Phoenix. West brings it out to Ariza. Grant jumps out on him. Approaching 5 minutes to go in the third. Ariza, they give him some space and he makes them pay.
Yeah, not really looking to do a lot offensively on a consistent basis, but you can't back off and give him the 12-footer.
He has 14 points, averaging 11 on the year. And Gortat. Now Gortat has been very effective. He's hit all 3 of his shots. He's got 3 rebounds, but he's only played 7 minutes because of all the foul difficulty.
Well, now he doesn't have to worry about it. 4 minutes left in this quarter. Foul trouble is not his problem now, so he can step it up aggressively.
David West brings it off to Thornton. Thornton is always looking to shoot. Gortat comes down to the rebound, his 4th. 74-72 Suns. Hill tries to go inside. Ariza cuts him off. High speed to Gortat. Counted. Grant Hill with a beautiful setup that time to Gortat.
You know, when you catch Gortat where he can catch and elevate quickly, then you can't get there and get established to draw a charge. I mean, he elevated before anyone could get there, and that's why he was able to be successful on that play.
Eddie, let me ask you, are you surprised by Gortat? I mean, we didn't see a lot of him in Orlando because he played behind Dwight Howard. I mean, what do you think? Has he exceeded your expectations?
Well, I think, you know, what we heard was he was the best backup in the league, which told me that if he got on the team, he could start. And I think what he's doing, he's proven that he can be a starter and be consistent. But it just takes more than 2 or 3 games. He's going to have to do it over a period of time, and he's on his way.
Quincy Poindexter's coming to the ball game, a rookie out of University of Washington. There's a rebound by Carter. Carter has 12 points in this ball game. He started the team out well, hitting some shots early. Jared Dudley had a 3, moves in. Fry gets chased off with a shot, can't get it. Gortat had it for a moment, and Thornton comes up with it for the Hornets.
Shannon got greedy with the 3. I mean, he head faked him and got him to fly by. He jumped, he turned, he went sideways instead of 2 feet forward, which would have gave him a 20-footer instead of a 3.
Here's Ariza trying to go inside. Turnaround move, and Ariza now has come on in this third quarter. I mean, all of a sudden, he's a factor. He has 16 points.
I mean, he's playing topsy-turvy offense. I mean, he is off balance, swinging himself left and right, falling away.
And we're going to have a foul as Gortat goes down. He and Chris Paul, they're going to call the foul on Paul, who collided with him. Gortat saying, hey, that's the way it should go. I finally got a break going my way. That will be the 15 foul, and so that'll send Gortat to the line. Gortat is a guy who has great hands. He can fly to the basket. They list him at about 6'11", 240. I mean, he is a strong man. As Pietrus getting ready to come back into the lineup. Sign up for My Suns Mobile, powered by Verizon, to receive special Suns offers and promotions. Visit Suns.com for more information. Standard message rates apply. Carter comes out, Pietrus comes in.
I think what surprises you more about Gortat, and something I really didn't know that well, was his athletic ability.
Yes.
I mean, you know, his ability to catch the ball in the paint and explode. And that's not in every big guy. You know, most big guys have to do head fakes and try to up and under you and all of that and go to a jump hook. No, he'll try to jump up and dunk the ball on you, and that's huge.
And the game's not too big for him. I mean, he really is comfortable. He really is comfortable right now. Loving being here in Phoenix. 79-74 Suns. Paul outside. Gortat now for the night has 11 points. Off it comes to Thornton, and Pietrus comes out on him. Ariza, 3. And he finally missed one. Ariza has been lighting it up here in the third quarter. Nash. Off it comes to Gortat. They swing it around. Good ball moving into the corner. Jared Dudley, 3. And he's fouled. He'll have 3 free throws coming. Fouled outside the line. Foul on David West. Gortat with 11 points in this ball game tonight in 9 minutes of play.
And he's a point-a-minute guy. That's what he's starting to show us, and not only the point.
How old is that?
Wow,
that guy needs to get off the caffeine.
I'm telling you, how many energy drinks did he drink the night before?
Wow, it makes me tired. Well, you know, we mentioned earlier the Western Conference All-Stars. Here's the East. That's incredible. Amari Stoudemire will be starting along with LeBron and Dwight Howard, Dwayne Wade, and Derrick Rose. What a year Derrick Rose is having.
Played well. He's going to get a lot of votes for MVP based on what he's done since Noah went down. Because Noah was obviously the glue of that team defensively, but yet they have still been able to win with Derrick Rose carrying them. But a tremendous starting five there. No argument from me.
Rose, by the way, was talking the other day. He's battling some stomach ulcers.
Yes.
As Dudley has 3 free throws coming, and he gets this one.
He said too much spicy food. What are you doing eating spicy food during the middle of an NBA season? These young guys think they can eat anything.
Well, I was going to say, you won't see me doing that. 81-74, Dudley now with a total of 5 points in the ball game. 2 of 3 from the line on those 3 that he is awarded for the foul outside the line. Chris Paul, they leave him alone, and he hit it.
Can't do it. Trust me, and Steve Nash knows all too well. Don't allow this guy to get in tune offensively and take over.
Pietrus, a 3 from outside, and Pietrus is going to see a lot more playing time. He has earned that as far as Alvin Gentry is concerned, and they'd like to cut the minutes back on Grant Hill and use Pietrus in his stead. 84-76. Jason Smith against Gortat. Good defense.
Yeah, stayed up high again. It's something to be said about staying up high and telling that offensive player, make a tough shot. I'm not going to foul you.
Nash has 12 assists in the ball game. You can see Suns are 4 of 5 in this quarter. Nash, look at this, creating for Pietrus again. This is a 2. Fry tried to follow. He'll be over the back. That'll be a foul on Channing Frye. But I like his aggressiveness coming from that weak side.
Look, he gets 6 fouls, and that's his first. He should attempt that a couple of more times. I mean, you shouldn't finish a game and have less than 4 fouls.
Use them all up, right?
Exactly.
Here's a reason now. Bring it off to Jason Smith. Smith playing because you joined us. Emeka Okafor was hurt just before the end of the first half, and we never did get an explanation what the injury was, but he will not return. Chris Paul now will go to the free throw line. Pietrus picked up the foul. Monty Williams, only 38 years old, the head coach of the Hornets in his first year after being 5 years an assistant with Nate McMillan of Portland. Willie Green's going to come in now. Chris Paul makes it 84-77. Ariza will lead. Ariza had a good third quarter, 16 points in the game.
Well, this group here got them back in the game in that second quarter run. And Green and Thornton, they were behind it all. So the Suns have to really be wary of their ability to knock the shot down from the outside.
Hornets have missed only 1 free throw. They're 9 of 10. The Suns are 13 of 15. Nash brings it out now to Dudley. A minute 25 to go in the third. Steal attempt by Paul. Nash off to Gortat. Face-up jumper. I tell you, he's like money in the bank with that shot.
Well, obviously every player have their money move and their money spot. And Gortat is showing us that short baseline area is where he can make it consistently.
Another double-digit scoring effort. He has 13 points. 86-78. Paul starting to assert himself more offensively. Jason Smith clears, can't hit it. Rebound by Dudley. Steve Nash with 13 assists in the ball game. We mentioned during the month of January, averaging 11.9 assists. Gortat comes up with it, and he's going to be fouled by Smith, who just climbed up on his body. Gortat sitting down. This guy is a delight to be around. I mean, he's fun to talk to. And you look at 13 points in 11 minutes tonight. He has gone 5 of 5 from the field and 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
Well, understand this. Look, this guy for a few years in practice every day, in training camp every day, he had to try to score on the best defender in terms of big men in our league, in Dwight Howard. So anybody else that guards him is a piece of cake in his eye. Because he had to struggle against that guy for a few years in practice every day, and so he understands what he can attempt and what he can get away with when he's guarded by other guys.
It makes you better, doesn't it? You practice against somebody like Howard. Jason Smith left the game. He picked up his 3rd foul, and for the first time, DJ Binga comes in. A big man, a 7-footer. He used to play with the Lakers. You see, Paul looks like he wants to really start taking over this game offensively.
And he can do it. And you can't go under the screen, the two-man game. You can't give him that opportunity because he will make you pay, and he'll be in the game in a hurry.
He has 18 points in the ball game, averaging 16.5 at the start of the night. Remember that 42-point game he had, though, in that double overtime game with the Suns? Here's Pietrus, gets it out to Dowdell, who's come back in. Dowdell plays very well in the first half. Has the launch with 3 on the shot clock. Dudley got it back, missed it somehow.
Yeah, Jared just too quick on the play. A head fake, maybe he would have gotten Anderson up in the air and got an opportunity for a 3-point shot.
And that shot, will it count? No, it will not. The third quarter comes to a close. Willie Green almost beat the buzzer.
It looked close. They're going to take a look at it. Haywood Workman thought it was on time, and so we will see. But defense is in order here. The Suns have taken control by defending and knocking down shots.
And the Suns outscore the Hornets in the quarter. Suns in the lead. They have a 6-1 record at home, and they lead at the end of the third quarter. Here's the live block score by quarters. You see the Suns won quarter 1, the Hornets 2. Look at that, 35 points in the third quarter. When we went away, we were taking a look at that Willie Green shot, and it was not in time. It did not count. Here's Green again.
Well, even though he didn't get it off in time, I guess his confidence is not wavered. They leave Paul in the fourth quarter to see if they can work their way in while Steve Nash is on the bench. Huge for this group, Gary, to really stay focused.
Here's Gortat. He's fouled en route to the basket. Let's go back at that. They looked at it during the break, and it was close.
Yeah, it was in his hand. I mean, quick release guy, no doubt about it. But he almost got it out, but it was still on his fingertips when he released it.
So that 3 did not count. And at the line now goes Gortat. Gortat at the start of the night shooting 72%, and tonight he is 6 of 6. Suns are really good at the free throw line tonight. 16 of 18. Gortat, 16 points, 5 rebounds, coming off that 19-point, 17-rebound effort. I mean, this shot just looks solid.
No, he's pure. There's no doubt about it. His confidence is high. I mean, he feels like any touch he gets, if he's in his range, he can knock the shot down.
8-point lead for the Suns. Their biggest has been 10. Driving inside goes Jared Jack. Got it off to Binga. Can't finish. Gortat with a rebound. DJ Binga from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, who is a 7-foot, 260-pounder. Number 28. Got Al outside, playing, of course, again for Goran Dragic, who will be out for some time after 9 stitches of the big toe of his right foot. Beatrice can't get it. So the Suns will reset.
Yeah, the offense not flowing now. Obviously, Steve Nash out of the lineup, but guys passing up opportunities and then forcing the shot clock down and having to rush.
Now they'll trying to create something. Off it comes to Dudley. 3. Tough break on that one.
That was all the way in. Rim unkind.
And so Dudley now is 1 of 3 shooting. There's Jared Jack deflected. Peters saved it. Now they're going to say it's off of, I think, the Suns. Let's see.
Well, I think Alvin Gentry's upset that it was no travel call. That was a slow step and a half there.
That's the old New Orleans shuffle there. As Binga's coming back out of the ballgame now. Anderson comes in replacing him. So they award the ball to the Hornets. 17 on the shot clock. Jack off to Anderson, who just checked in, and the Aussie hits it.
It's a jump shooting group on the floor. And so if you're a Sun player, you have to know you can't get too far away. You have to be in recovery range to challenge the jump shot.
So the Hornets, who had their 10-game winning streak snapped last night, trying somehow to dig this one out on this 3rd game of a 3-game road trip. Here's Dudley into the corner. Drive. This is a 3. No. And West comes down with a rebound.
Suns in that mode again, having the lead and then taking a ton of 3s. A 2 is okay when you're in the head of the game.
Anderson brings it out to Paul. Dowdell tries to poke it away. Paul creates it to Jared Jack. He's got a wide open look. Beatrice comes down with the rebound.
Not his range. That's the one guy you want to shoot.
Look at this. Everything's within the range of Gortat. He has not missed a shot tonight.
Now,
6 of 6 from the field, 7 of 7 from the line.
And I give him credit for staying in the game despite picking up 2 quick fouls, understanding that everyone was excited for him to get in the game based on what he did against Boston.
A very good point, Eddie. He did not let that keep him from continuing to play remarkable basketball. Paul outside, 4 seconds goes in. That'll be a foul on Dowdell. Dowdell finding out what a lot of people find is that it's hard to keep Chris Paul in front of him.
Well, you can't stop. And Dowdell did a good job retreating, but know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a guy that wants contact before he shoots. So if that's the case, you have to continue to retreat a little bit and not stand up like a wall where he can bang off of you and fall back.
Paul gets the first free throw. Tonight's game is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Make sure you find out about our next big sale. Text your email address to 83793 and sign up for Click and Save emails from Southwest Airlines. Suns trying to go to 8 and 7 in the month of January. Dragic, as we mentioned, will be shelved for some time.
Unfortunate there. But mistakes happen. I've dropped plenty of glasses in my house.
Well, he had a couple of buddies from Slovenia who lived with him, and not sure how the broken glass is on the floor, but it cost Dragic the game tonight and some more in the future. Dudley connects 94-86. Chris Paul in the ball game now has 20 points and 9 assists. Dowdell comes out on him. 10 on the shot clock. And Dowdell stayed with him. West goes inside, blocked. Good defense inside. Coming up with his Pietrus. Dowdell the other way to the hole. Nope, a little out of control there.
Yeah, you got to draw contact. Do what Chris Paul did. Look for the contact.
And here's Jared Jack going in. He was looking for some contact.
Yeah, he's probably on borrowed time right now. He has not been effective.
Nope, he has not. He is 0 for 4 shooting the ball. Inside 8 minutes to go. Dowdell now will bring it out to Pietrus. Channing Frye, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get something going with 3, 2. Tough shot, to say the least.
Yeah, see, and to me, that's just bad offense. When you have the lead, you got to get in the offense a lot faster than what the Suns have, and gotten them in trouble.
Here's Paul. He follows his own shot. Look at that. He got a jump ball. Gortat did as he reached around him, but Chris Paul saw that wasn't going, and he took off for the rebound.
Yeah, and again, the Suns fighting inside, making things difficult for the New Orleans
game. Look at this combined. That's kind of Dwight Howard type numbers. 29 points, 13 rebounds.
So again, I truly believe, I said on the pregame show and when we opened up, if these two guys continue to give this good combination of fine play, this team is difficult to beat. And I think it falls onto them. And hey, look, they can handle it. I mean, both of these guys are trying to seize the opportunity to really improve their careers and improve the way that they are consistent in this league. And as a twosome right now, they're doing a very good job.
You saw the free throws. That's better than Dwight Howard would do from the free throw line. Yes. 11 of 11. As that ball deflected out, and here's Ariza tried to save it. He did. Back it comes to Willie Green. Ariza from the corner, and Ariza didn't get it. Rebound by Dudley. That could have been a big 3.
Yeah, that would have hurt, no doubt about it. Suns really had control of that ball, really had the advantage on the jump ball, and almost lost it.
So Dowdell is still in the ball game as we have 7 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. As he's acquitted himself well. Here's Dudley. Dudley with a 2. Dudley with 9 points.
Got to respect his ability to shoot the ball. The Hornets, I don't think they're buying into it.
Nash now getting ready to come into the ball game. Also, Thornton will check in for the Hornets. Up it comes to West. West will pull up. Boy, he does that well, doesn't he?
He didn't get greedy. He said, okay, Channing Frye, you're going to stand underneath the bucket and try to draw a charge. I'll just stop right here 12 feet.
Again, nothing fancy about David West. He just gets it done. He has 11 points in the ball game, 7 rebounds. 96-88. Suns with the lead, approaching the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Dowdell backing out. Into Gortat. Nice feed. And I love the look on Gortat's face when he slammed that one home.
Well, he feels invincible right now. And the Suns have really, they have ignited an animal in terms of confidence and what he can do inside. So continue to find him.
And that is a career high for him of 21 points. He had 19 in the last game. Ariza will go inside. Can't get it. Fry with a rebound. Fry has 8 rebounds tonight. Up it comes to Dudley. 10-point lead for the Suns. So the Hornets, who had won 10 in a row in danger, now dropping 2 in a row.
Yeah, what's great about this is the bench has done all of this damage. And, you know, normally they'll be out of the game by now.
Fry wanted a 3, moves in, and this will be a 2. Back tap, Gortat fighting for it. Suns come up with it. Dudley kept it alive.
Yeah, and this bench, really, they're about a minute and a half away from finishing this game. It'd be interesting to see after the timeout if Alvin Gentry stays with this group.
So Gortat continues to build his resume. He just broke his career high on Friday. Bested it tonight with 21.
And he is playing strong.
At 7 p.m. on Fox Sports Arizona Plus. Mark McClune back with you, and we heard a boxing reference earlier in the show. And of course, Marcin Gortat's dad, who was a boxer, he fought Leon Speaks in the Olympics. And I thought I'd show you what we're left in Channing Frye's locker following Friday night's win over the Boston Celtics. Of course, Frye went toe-to-toe, got in the face of Kevin Garnett in the big win over the Celtics. And Steve Nash always talking about the team needing to have that fighting spirit. This whole team and organization has shown a lot of fight this weekend.
I'll tell you, Mark, you look good in those gloves. You may have a new career. Have you seen the movie The Fighter?
Yes,
Oh,
twice.
boy. Great movie.
Oh, yeah.
10-point lead. We come back. Gortat is having a memorable tonight. I mean, look at this, Eddie. 8 of 8 from the field. 7 of 7 for the line, 23 points in 18 minutes.
So what he's finding out is Groundhog Day can happen to you if you're an NBA player, if you're focused and determined and playing smart.
Tell you what, he's going to become the talk of the league. David West connects inside. I mean, Gortat is just absolutely making everyone sit up and take notice right now.
Well, the center position is synonymous with winning, okay? And so because of that, his good play is turning into Suns victories.
Beatrice 3. Rebound is going to be cleared now by Thornton. Check that. Jared Jack. Jack outside. 4:12 left in the game. He's stripped by Dudley. Dudley doing the little things. I mean, he is so good at that. Such a smart basketball player. Nash will back it out. He thought he was fouled, and he got a call finally, it looks like. It was a late call, but they finally called it. Foul is on West. Here comes Carter in. Here is a late whistle as Nash was kind of pushed backwards. Well, looked like a drunken fighter, didn't he? Battling backwards.
You're David West. You're like, I just touched him.
West with five fouls in the game. Took a while to get a call, but Nash got it done.
Well, they say David West is strong. I guess he's a lot stronger.
I guess so. Rebound by Willie Green. Nash tonight is 3 of 8 shooting, 14 assists. 28th time this year he's had double-digit assists. Jack. Off it comes now to Thornton. Thornton dives inside. Can't get it. Gortat with a rebound.
Yeah, they look like a tired team, and they're a young team, but I think, you know, they have come about a mile to the finish line, and they just run out of gas. And the Suns just have too much energy for them.
They got beaten Sacramento last night, ending that 10-game winning streak. Here's Gortat, and he hasn't missed a shot yet. And are they going to count that, or are they going to call an offensive foul? They didn't call anything. I thought there was a whistle, but there's not. And so Gortat now with 25 points. I think we better get Gortat out of there. He's had a perfect night. Let's don't mess with him. There's a block by Gortat.
He's out of gas. I know that. He's not used to taking all these shots.
Well, and he's played 20 minutes, but I mean, what a productive 20 minutes it's been. Nash to Hill. Gortat blocked by Willie Green.
So that was a tired miss.
Yes, it was.
He is winded.
That's his only miss of the night, as you're going to have a foul at the other end. Gortat scored a little bit ago and then came back with a block at the other end, and he is gassed right now.
He's gassed, but I tell you what, he's having fun. He is getting so many opportunities to be effective, and he is getting it done, and the Suns are rolling. Guys, especially early on when he came in the second quarter.
Suns will improve to season high, tying 3 games above 500 at home if they hang on here. There are now 2 ways to win 2 free tacos from Jack in the Box. When the Suns score 99 points or hold their opponents to 99 points or less during home games, show your ticket stub and you get 2 free tacos from Jack in the Box. A lot of good things to build on here, Eddie. I think Gortat, we've talked about him. Dowdell came in and played well. Carter got him started well early in the ball game. Grant Hill, solid game tonight.
Well, I think the Suns have continued the good play that we saw that started on the East Coast trip in 3 victories. Obviously ended in a disappointing way with a tough loss at Detroit and then a trip-ending loss at Philadelphia, and then coming home and losing to Charlotte. But now they seem to be back on target again, understanding that defense effectively moving the ball is going to get them victories, and then obviously the great play at the center position with Gortat and Robin Lopez.
And reach in and foul. No, they're going to call in on Nash. Did he go back and over? What happened on that? If they call a foul on Nash, they're going to, it's an over and back. That's what it is. I didn't see it.
I didn't either. It was so fast.
Here's ball now, baseline. Out, Jennifer Green broken up, out of play. Well, you know, we talked about Gortat and how he has played so well tonight. He hit 11 consecutive field goals going back to Friday. And the Suns record, Walter Davis, 15.
Here's the difference, though. Walter's 15 was from 15 feet.
Good point. David West connects from outside, but we'll take what Gortat has done tonight.
Exactly, but it's just a weird comparison. It should be a Mark West comparison with Gortat.
11.
Be equal.
I'm sorry, Eddie. 11 double-doubles now for Gortat. 25 points tonight, 10 rebounds. Missed only 1 shot. That was blocked. 1:42 left in the game. Carter from outside overshot his shot clock expired, and so the Hornets will get it.
But regardless, I'm just trying to be a little comical here. To make 11 shots in a row, pretty doggone good.
Yes, it is.
And the concentration level is high. And he probably does not even know it, because he is in such a zone right now, having fun playing a game that he just couldn't get off the bench in Orlando to perform because of Dwight Howard, and rightly so.
Suns are going to get their 4th consecutive win facing a team with a winning record as West scores inside of the minute 23.
Yeah, Grant Hill fronting about 15 feet away, and you knew he was going to get burned on that one.
Nash has 15 assists in the ball game, and for the year, that is the 19th time he's done that. Here is Carter from outside. Rebound by Ariza. Leak out quickly is Thornton, and he's going to be fouled by Grant Hill. Hill doubling back on the play.
Now, Trevor Ariza really cost the Hornets a layup because of his pass. Loaded the ball too high, and Thornton had to wait for it to come down, and you give Grant Hill an opportunity to sprint down the court. He's going to get there in time, and so Suns rather have Thornton on the line than an easy layup with no time.
Start of the night, the Suns are 3 games out of the 8th and final playoff spot, moved ahead of Houston. Fox Sports Arizona brings you the games that matter most. Proud to be the local television home of the Phoenix Suns. And for even more information about the Suns, log on to foxsportsarizona.com. So the Suns with 57 seconds left, and Eddie, can this be another push like last year? The Suns went 28-7 after they got the ball rolling, and maybe this will be a beginning of another long streak.
The Hornets not fouling there because it's a 2-possession game. And so they're banking on their defense and got away with it.
And Thornton can't get it. Gortat comes down to the rebound, his 11th of the night. And a reach-in foul with 32 seconds left, and Monty Williams in his first year with the Hornets has done a remarkable job. Youngest head coach, and will suffer a 2-game losing streak right now. They're going to reach in on Nash and commit the foul. So the Bucks come to town. They've been beaten up this year. Scott Skiles' team has struggled. Looking forward to the Thunder also with Kevin Durant and company. 2 more games in this 5-game homestand.
Yeah, Milwaukee, a tough game. Basically because of their length. Bogut is a tremendous rebounder. Can give you some problems. Milwaukee is obviously an intense defensive team. So the Suns are going to have to really come to fight. Very physical game. And then Oklahoma City, a team that, they're still trying to find their stride. And not the great defensive team I think that they were last year. So the Suns will have an opportunity to really score some points, but they're going to have to deal with Durant and Westbrook, and they're playing out of their minds.
It was a Gortat night. I mean, unbelievable. On the other hand, Nash has now gone to a double-double. Nash leads all guards in the NBA as he has 26 double-doubles. But Gortat, the man bus. You can see Memphis now has O.J. Mayo on the shelf after a substance abuse violation. And they moved ahead of Houston. They win tonight. They'll be 22 and 24. 2 games within the 500 mark.
Yeah, and that's the goal right now because it's so hard to get separation from that 500 mark when you've been hovering around it for a while. And I think that's the short-term goal even before you think about playoffs, because in the Western Conference, if you don't finish over 500, you're probably not going to make the playoffs.
Here's Thornton from outside and not there. Hill tried to come up with a rebound. They'll reset. 20 seconds left. Outside to Chris Paul. Paul hitting for 3. They're not giving up, are they? 5-point game. 15 seconds left. And the ball on the way by Paul again. Had that gone down, we could have had some real concern.
But he got fouled.
Yes,
anyway.
he did. He got fouled outside the line by Channing Frye. So hang on here. It's a 5-point game, and Paul's going to have 3 free throws coming up. What happened there?
In the NBA. Channing Frye is too close, and he should know better. He's out there all the time. In the NBA, no lead is safe with a 24-second shot clock. It's just not safe. Trevor Ariza made a huge play by picking the inbounds play out of bounds, and now all of a sudden you have a 1-possession game.
Yes, we do.
So I'm going to have to make free throws here to secure this victory.
I'm telling you, that changed the complexion. You had the 3 by Paul, the steal by Ariza. Paul then fouled, and now trying to make another free throw to make it a 2-point game with 12 seconds.
And their goal is not to allow Steve Nash to get this ball from out of bounds. I mean, that's what they're going to concentrate on here. They're going to double team Steve Nash.
Well, I guess it isn't over until it's over. As Paul now with 26 points. Suns are going to call a timeout. 12 seconds left. This game looked like it was in the old deep freeze, and all of a sudden, they've let the Hornets back in.
Can't relax.
So we'll be back to finish it up. Suns.
And it's ingrained in them never give up because anything can happen, and the Suns allowed the Hornets to get back in by mistakes of their own.
There's the
they
steal
scored
by
3, and
Ariza.
Grant Hill in a hurry to get it into Steve Nash. I know what he's thinking. He'd rather get the ball to Steve Nash. He's the best free throw shooter in the history of the league. So let's get it to him. But Ariza, knowing about it, ticked it off.
He did. And now Hill's going to have to call a timeout. 5-second count. So a timeout. Boy, I guess it's never easy, is it?
No, they got 1 left. And, look, they're the number 9. They're 9th in the league in steals. Okay? Trevor Ariza, Chris Paul are excellent thieves. They can pick it off. And so I never want to bump into either one of those guys in the crowded room for my wallet to be gone.
Well, Paul leads the league. He's averaging 2.63. He's had a high of 7 this season, Chris Paul. Look at this. And they've got the ability to pick your pocket.
He anticipates. There's no doubt about it. And their whole goal right now, they know odds are they're not going to get a steal, but they can stop Steve Nash from getting the ball. And so expect them to double team Steve Nash, which means whoever in the vicinity might have an easy layup over the top.
Boy, this is a stunning development late. And it comes to Nash. Can he get it? He barely saved it. I don't know how. And then Carter stepped out of bounds. Are you kidding me? 10 seconds left.
First
the
of all,
Hornets have the ball down by 2.
I don't know how Steve Nash got to that ball. I mean, forget about his age. He still got jets because it's only a few people that could have gotten to this pass. I mean, Grant Hill threw. I don't know how he got there. And then Vince Carter on the line, no doubt about it.
Yep.
His foot touched the line. No doubt about it.
This is a remarkable recovery, though, by Nash, as you mentioned. And there he is, out of bounds.
Now, see, what happened, Vince did the correct thing. He let the ball go. But you have to bring both feet back in bounds and reestablish before you can touch the ball again, and Vince Carter did not.
Both teams have a 20. No fouls to give. A 2-point lead for the Suns. And a game that looked like was in the W column is up for grabs right now.
Okay, now here's the problem. The Suns, you cannot leave if you're helping out on the strong side. Meaning they might run a play where they have a shooter in the corner, okay? And so it might be Thornton. So you cannot leave Thornton, okay? And you cannot leave Green. And the Suns will have to pressure up to make them shoot a 2, because on the road, a lot of times teams will love to go for the 3 to just win the game.
Yep. Ariza is going to try to inbound. He gets it into West. West goes in. Gets it to Thornton. He missed it. He didn't get it. Carter bats it out. Paul's got it. 2 seconds. He launches. And the Suns have won it. They've won it. 104-102. Paul wanted a call, but there is none.
Wow. I mean, they're arguing that somebody hit the backboard when he laid it up. I don't know, but that was point-blank layup. That is the easiest opportunity you could get. A middle schooler could have made that one, but the pressure can get to anybody. A tremendous pass. And, I mean, he has an argument. Grant Hill slapped the backboard, which could be called a goaltending, but hey, everybody gets a break.
Wow, so the Suns do win it, finally. Let's go over to Mark McClune. Mark?
Yeah, that's right, a career night for Marcin Gortat. Chris Paul just came in here, gave you a high five, a standing ovation from the crowd, but let's just start with the win. What are you thinking after that one?
Well, I think it was a great game, you know, and it was a really tough game for me. The first couple minutes I had a foul trouble, and you know, I tried to stay focused and and concentrate for the second half, and you know, I'm just glad I was able to help the team today.
How did you find such a comfort zone?
You know, with Steve, there's always comfort zone. You know, Steve's gonna make you feel good. You know, I'm saying, you know, I mean, he, you know, playing with him, he knows what I like, and I think I found, you know, I understand with him 100% right now.
And where this team was Thursday before the weekend, what do these 2 wins mean?
Oh, it means a lot. I mean, we beat 2 really good teams, and right now we have a lot of confidence, energy. So now we just got to keep playing, you know, keep playing hard, compete, and you know, hopefully we're gonna win a couple of other games.
Thanks for stopping so much, Marcin Gortat. A career night. They're playing hammer time every time he makes a shot, and he's been making a lot of shots, guys.
Whoa, Eddie, it was not easy, but it happened.
No, and the Suns got a tremendous break there. I mean, that is huge. Things are going well for the Phoenix Suns because that was point blank for Thornton, and he couldn't get it done.
For Eddie Johnson, I'm Gary Bender. The next Suns game on Fox Sports Arizona's Wednesday. Suns take on the Milwaukee Bucks. Suns Live begins at 6:30. Coming up on Fox Sports Arizona, it's Pac-10 men's basketball. We've got the Washington Huskies and the Washington State Cougars. Good night from Phoenix.